Hi, I'm Lorna and I'm here from Wilson's Workouts. Today I'm with Suzannah, who's a sports psychologist. Hi Suzannah.
Hi.
Can you tell a bit about what you do and what type of people you work with?
Yeah, so I'm a sports psychologist, and basically what I focus on is the mental part of training and performance. So just like every athlete does some physical preparation, strength training, conditional training, there's also a mental aspect to performance, and that's what I focus on with the athletes that I work with. Mainly I work with really enthusiastic amateur athletes, but also with professionals.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the reason why I've asked Suzannah to come today is because I have a big challenge coming up. I'm going to be running the Boston Marathon in April, and I'm training in Amsterdam where it's really flat. And at mile 20 of the Boston Marathon, which is about 32 kilometres in, there's a bit of a hill called Heartbreak Hill. And I want to make sure I'm really prepared for when that time comes. The point of 20 miles in a marathon is when it gets really tough. So to add a hill in, I think it's a bit evil. But so Suzannah's going to help with some imagery, not specifically for the hill, but just to understand what imagery is and how to use it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So over to you.
Yeah. So imagery is a mental skill that you can use to prepare for some part of your race, prepare for any part of performance. But it is a skill, and therefore it's good to practice it a little bit before you can actually use it. Just like if you want to do a squat or whatever, you have to also know the technique before you can perform it perfectly. So we're going to introduce imagery with 3 short exercises. And Lorna will be trying them out, and I'll be guiding you through the exercises. Please join us while you're watching the video. There are 3 important aspects of imagery that you have to be able to control to do imagery correctly. The first is the perspective from which you're looking. So are you looking through your own eyes, or are you looking at yourself from a distance or from the side? The second is detail. So how much detail do you see in your mind's eye? Can you picture sounds and smells? But also, do you remember exactly what things look like? And the final aspect is control. So are you able to steer what you see? And this is really important because in imagery we always try to visualize the ideal situation. You can probably already imagine now that it's really easy to picture what goes wrong, but to be able to use imagery to practice, it's good to visualize the perfect situation, and that's why control is the third aspect that we're going to work on today.
Okay.
So let's go straight into the first exercise.
Okay, curious.
Perspective.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So I'd like you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And imagine that you are doing your running workout.
Okay.
And what kind of terrain do you usually train in?
Mostly on the kind of road surfaces and a little bit in the forest.
Okay, so let's take a road surface, because
Okay.
that's where you train usually, and
Yeah.
also that's Boston Marathon is
Mhm.
on road surface.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to picture yourself running.
Okay.
And what perspective are you seeing now?
Where I'm, as if it's me and I'm just what's in front of me.
Okay, so can you, you see the rest of your body if you were to look down?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I look down, I can see my legs moving. Yeah.
Okay, and when you look up,
Mhm.
you see, what do you see there?
I see the road in front of me and trees down the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So keep imagining this perspective,
Mhm.
but now we're also going to do a little bit of a control exercise within this one.
Okay.
I want you to imagine that you were seeing yourself from behind, so as if you were walking behind Lorna,
Okay.
and try to picture yourself
Okay.
in your running pace on
Okay.
a road.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you see yourself running?
It's kind of strange, but yes.
Yeah. Okay, and now move from behind you
Uh-huh.
to next to you, as if
Okay.
you're running beside Lorna.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. How does that feel?
It feels unusual, but yeah.
Can
It's
you
like
picture
moving.
yourself?
Yeah, I can, yeah. It's not
Okay.
easy, but I can.
What makes it difficult?
'Cause I'm so used to imagining me being me and not, yeah, just because it's different, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're running beside yourself.
Yeah.
And now I want you to take a bird's eye view. So you zoom out.
Okay.
And now you can see yourself running from above, but you can
Okay.
also see a lot more of the surroundings.
Okay, yeah.
So imagine a part of road that you run on quite often.
Mm-hmm.
So besides yourself, you can also see some of the details.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want you to zoom back to the first focus you had,
Mm-hmm.
your personal view,
Mm-hmm.
and step out when you're ready.
Okay, yeah. So I open my eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the first exercise,
Okay.
dealing with different perspectives. Can you tell me which one you preferred?
I still prefer the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a situation where you might use one of the others?
I guess when it's harder,
Mm-hmm.
because you're kind of perhaps removing yourself a bit
Yeah.
from yourself.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but this is an important exercise because we've tried a couple of different perspectives out,
Yeah.
so we know now when you're gonna practice your real imagery for
Yeah.
Boston Marathon.
Okay. Yeah.
It's important for you to
Yeah.
use your personal perspective.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So if you've tried the exercise yourself at home, make a note of what perspectives you found comfortable and if you might be able to use a different perspective in a different situation. But make note especially of the one that you found most comfortable because that's the perspective that you're going to use for your mental training.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to detail.
Okay.
And for that I need an object.
Okay.
Let's take this pen. Nothing special about a pen, but
Okay.
it's just
Yeah.
a blue pen. So I'd like to give you a couple of seconds to look at the pen, feel it,
Okay.
and try to remember everything about this object.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple of seconds for that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You think you know everything about the pen
I
now?
hope so.
All right, hand it back to me,
Okay.
and you can close your eyes.
Okay.
All right. So imagine the pen you were just holding.
Yeah.
Can you remember what colors it has?
So it's blue and see-through with
Mhm.
the dark ink in the metallic nib of the pen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what color the ink is?
It's very dark blue.
Okay. And do you know what color the tip is?
I assume it's blue with the ink or silver with the metal.
Okay. What else do you remember about the shape of the pen?
It's cylindrical, but it goes to a point at the end.
Mm-hmm.
There's a, I don't know what you call it, so you can hook it on something.
Yeah.
So that sticks out. And then there's a little button on it so that you can turn it off,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a sort of square or cube, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of towards the nib of the pen, there's like what would you call it? Ridged.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
ridged, it has
Yeah.
texture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Are there other textures on the pen beside the ridges?
Well, it's smooth where
Yeah.
it's blue, and then there's like a line where the two plastics join,
Mm-hmm.
and also it'd be a bit rough where there's text written on it
Mm-hmm.
with a little man on it. Yeah.
Do you know what the text is?
BIC big.
Yeah, exactly. And you said there's also a little man
Yeah. That's
as well.
right. Yeah.
What's that? The logo?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. How heavy is the pen?
Very light.
Can you imagine holding the pen? How heavy it is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. You said you already mentioned something about the material it's made of. Can you describe the material a bit more to me?
Well, it's plastic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very smooth. I can't think of anything.
Is it hard or soft?
So it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hard plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And was the pen on or off when you
It
were
was
looking?
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You can open your eyes.
Okay.
Now I'm going to hand the pen back to you,
Yeah.
and I want you to look at it again and see if there's anything that you remember differently.
All right. So this was more of a gold color than silver.
Yeah.
this looks more black than navy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. And this is not so much a square as a curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So a few things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are quite a few things.
Yeah.
So this is very typical of focusing on detail.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're going to use imagery in your training, it's important to be as detailed as possible.
Okay. Yeah.
And this is so that you know exactly what to expect. Now, of course, a pen isn't so exciting, but you can imagine if you're training for a marathon, it's important to really know what to expect in terms of how crowded it will be, what kind of scenery you'll be coming across, transitions from one part of the race to the next. And this is important if you can really imagine the details, then you can keep yourself calm because you just know what's coming.
Nice.
So this is a good exercise to work on detail. So if you notice that it's difficult to think of details while you're doing your imagery training, you can do small exercises like this
With
one.
another object. Yeah.
Just to train your brain. All right.
Thank you.
Final exercise is control.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask you to close your eyes again
Okay.
and imagine your front door.
Downstairs.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so can you see your front door?
Yeah.
And how far away are you standing?
About half a meter.
Okay, I want you to go a little bit further back, so like maybe to the other side of the street and look at your house.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this exercise is about control. And it's, I think, the funkiest exercise of all. I'd like to ask you to imagine your house with your front door. But now the door stays the same, but the house size doubles.
Whoa.
So imagine everything else is still a normal, or the front door is a normal size and everything else is twice as large.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
And not like you're looking through a magnifying glass, so objects that are standing in front of your door, like for instance plants or the street tiles are the same.
Okay.
But the house is suddenly twice as large.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah.
All right. Now go back to normal size. Imagine your front door as it is.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to shrink everything besides the front door.
Okay.
So imagine your house looks teeny tiny, and that it all still looks to a certain degree normal, but it's just smaller.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Objects in front of your house are also the same size as they normally are.
Okay.
Only the house itself is half the size it should be.
Okay.
All right. How does that look to you?
Very strange.
All right.
Yeah.
And now go back to normal size.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're still standing on the other side of the street.
Okay.
And you can open your eyes.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a really short exercise about controlling what you see.
Okay.
And it starts with like a task.
Uh-huh.
So shrink or double the size of your house.
Yeah.
And then it's up to your mind's eye to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so this exercise is really important to be able to steer what you're going to practice. If you want to have a successful experience in performance, it's important to already have experienced that performance in your imagery. So that's why we do exercises on control.
Super.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And thank you for your time today. And we're going to put the website link to Suzannah's business, which is called...
The Prestatiekwekerij, which is the Dutch name.
Yeah, which I can't pronounce. We'll put that as a link with the video so that you can go look at what she does. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lorna.
Okay.